إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. I'd like to begin, brothers and sisters, by asking the forgiveness of Allah and seeking refuge with Him from the good and the evil of what He has decreed. And as the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to say, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ كَانَ وَمَا لَمْ يَشَأْ لَمْ يَكُنْ. Whatever Allah wills, it is, and whatever Allah does not will, it will not be. Some of you probably know that I was here at 6:45. I dropped my family off, and then I was informed by someone close to me that I had a catastrophe. I had to go all the way back to Brooklyn, New York. And so I'm here. My intention today or this evening is not to disgrace or belittle anyone, not to call anyone kafir, but if Allah and or His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has called them kafir, then I will say they are kafir according to what Allah and His Messenger has said. My intention today is to send out two invitations to two groups. One, to the members of the Ahl al-Sunnah wal-Jama'ah, commonly known as the Sunni Muslims, and the other is to the people of Tasawwuf, the people of Sufism. The first invitation to the Ahl al-Sunnah, those of the Sunnah, is that we should spend more time in the contemplation and remembrance or zikr of Allah. We should spend more time making dua. We should spend more time fasting, especially on Mondays and Thursdays. We should give some type of renunciation to the worldly things and do not be overtaken by clothes and cars and husbands and wives and money and jewelry, but instead we should spend more time on those things that will bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and farther away from the fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His glorious Quran, وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ, that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the one who will teach them the book, which is the Quran, and the hikmah, which they falsely translate as wisdom, but all of the ulama say it means sunnah. He will teach them the Quran, the book, and the hikmah, which is the sunnah, وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ, and that He will make them grow. He will purify their souls. This is the invitation to the Ahl al-Sunnah wal-Jama'ah, that we should spend more time making tahajjud, we should spend less time gossiping, and we should spend more time being sensitive and caring and loving to one another. My invitation to the people of Sufism is that they should stick to these things, because many of them do these things already. But they should leave off those things which cannot be traced back to our beloved Prophet and his companions, alayhi salatu wassalam. That they should continue in those things. But anything that is not documented or proven or made authentic by the Quran and the Sunnah, they should leave it off. That's my invitation to the two groups today. The reward of those invitations, as I mentioned earlier, will be being closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Jannah and farther away from his nar. And as the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in a hadith transmitted by Al-Bukhari, rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy on him, he said, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِ بِيَدِهِ, I swear by the one who has my soul in his hands, مَا تَرَقْتُكُمْ شَيْئًا, I have not left off anything. I have not left off anything. Meaning, and what I've been commanded to give to you, يُقَرِّبُكُمْ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ وَيُبَاعِدُكُمْ مِنَ النَّارِ إِلَّا أَمَرْتُكُمْ بِهِ. I have not left off anything except that it will bring you closer to the Jannah and make you far away from the fire, except that I have commanded you to do it. I have commanded you to do it. And I have not left off anything. وَمَا تَرَكْتُ شَيْئًا, I have not left off anything. يُبَاعِدُكُمْ إِلَى النَّارِ ويقربكم إلى النار ويباعدكم من الجنة إلا نهيتكم عنه. And I have not left off anything that will bring you closer to the fire and farther away from the hell, except that I have forbade it. These are very profound words. That means that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not leave anything of his message out. And anyone who claims that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had some secret knowledge that he gave to only a few people from the revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're doing what Imam Malik said. We all know Imam Malik of the four great Imams. He said that whoever says that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, whoever says, listen to the words of Imam Malik, whoever says that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam left off any of the message or hid some of the message or gave it to a select few, then they are claiming that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam failed in his delivery of the message. And then he recited the verse in the Quran, الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. This day I have perfected, completed my religion for you. I am pleased and I have chosen for you Islam as a deen. That means that after the Prophet's death, everything ceased. There is no more revelation, no more information, nothing. And it is complete and perfect. And anyone who brings anything into the religion, thinks that it is good, they have claimed that Muhammad fell short of his job. A'udhu billah. That he fell short on his job and he concealed some of the message and did not convey all of it. Now, before we begin, I'm hoping that all of you have received this particular piece of paper that I've compiled which I call Warning Signs of Bid'ah. The Warning Signs of Bid'ah, religious innovation. These are very important rules, brothers and sisters. Very, very important rules. The first, everything which opposes the sunnah of words or actions or beliefs, even if it is derived from ijtihad. And you can look at the bottom to find out what is ijtihad. If it opposes the sunnah, either by words or actions or beliefs, even if it's from ijtihad, even if it's from independent judgment, it's a bid'ah. And as we go along, inshallah, if Allah permits, if you don't, inna Allah ma'a sabirin, Allah is with the patient, if you don't walk out on me, we'll explain these things, inshallah. B, everything which is utilized to become closer to Allah, but Allah or the Prophet forbade it. Any act that a Muslim does, and he thinks or she thinks that they're becoming closer to Allah by it, but the Prophet, Allah or the Prophet forbade it, they made it forbidden, it's a bid'ah. C, everything that would be impossible to